Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Gal. Play some more Zelda Randomizer here. We're gonna pick back up. I don't think it matters where we start. We're gonna start the Sanctuary so we can get hearts. So we're actually really close to just being ready to enable Go mode here. I just realized I have the lamp. Ironically, the other place I was going to go, I also realized I have the lamp. That was almost terrible. We're just going to quick get the old man so we can start on the mountain if we want. Let's see, we've got East Side Death Mountain. That's right, you can't dash with the old man. That we could do. I forgot about East Side Death Mountain also. It's actually a good chunk. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with my original plan. So the main thing we need right now is flippers. And bombos. There's other stuff that might help too. But flippers and bombos are the big ones. So we have the lamp, which is a source of fire, which means we can go into this dungeon. Rather, we can complete this dungeon. Now, I know this boss doesn't have an item. And I just totally screwed that up. But we may as well just get it done. I didn't think this through. My original plan was actually going to be, oh, we can go to Misery Mire, and then I remembered that we don't actually have the bombos. This is why I don't take, or why I shouldn't have taken a break, clearly. Messing up basic stuff in these dungeons. Okay. Lamelos is just about done. Okay. Well, there's a crystal down at least. So I think my initial thought was actually probably right. East Death Mountain. By initial, I mean the second one that I ignored to go back to my initial. I hate those guys so much. So Death Mountain has... Let's see, we should be able to do the Spike Cave also, if we want. Perhaps the best use of the mirror glitch Save ourselves from walking up like 3 flights of stairs. This takes us to what is affectionately known as Hookshot Cave, which is one of the best overworld spots in the Dark World, along with like Hype Cave. Just gonna do a quick peek here, see what the item up there is. Rupees. Well, that was terrible. Let's try again with the actual hook shot. Maybe I'll stop sucking at this game at some point tonight. Apparently my break should have been either much longer or much shorter. Gold sword. So the rest of the bosses should be cake at least. Not that they weren't already gonna be fine. Cane of Burna doubles up my thoughts on Spike Cave. Nope. Just take a moment to process where I haven't been. I have been in all of, or let's see, I've got four crystals. I've been in one pendant dungeon, so I could check Lost Woods, the front half. That's actually probably the fastest thing. I could check Turtle Rock, which I probably should have checked the medallion on, because if it's Quake, that makes it more likely that that's where we need to go. I can't do Misery, I can't get into Misery Mire. I can't get into Swamp Cave, which are two of the ones I have left. I can't get into Ice Palace, which is one of the ones I have left. I can't do the two Book of Medora spots. I don't have magic powder or mushroom to turn those in. I don't have flippers to get the two items in the waterfall cave or the other two under the bridge and on the island. Sounded like I actually had a plan. Lost Woods. It's also possible I'm forgetting something else random, but I'm feeling pretty good about Lost Woods being an option. There's very little we could actually do in Turtle Rock, unless we find the Fire Rod. There are, what, 3 rooms that you could do without that? So... And we don't know what the medallion is, which is because I'm dumb, and because I didn't want to tempt fate by going to Turtle Rock. Although now I've said it, so I'm probably doomed. So we can't do the boss here without the fire rod, but we can do the rest. So all but 2 chests. That was terrible. Although, honestly, it's nice having... it's nice not having the beams coming off your sword, because they do a lot less damage. Now, this dungeon doesn't have a ton of treasure chests, but there's a few, so always a chance. Not good that one of those is compass. I'm trying to remember if the fire rod's actually required for Ganon's tower. I think it might be. Yeah, that's what we can do here. What am I forgetting? I should have grabbed that magic jar. I feel like I'm probably just forgetting some basic overworld thing that I should have checked. Like some one-off spot that only comes up. Okay, we'll give it a shot. I'm genuinely not sure where to go at this point, and I have a feeling that means I'm gonna just be wandering around for a long time, which is always annoying. It's always Turtle Rock, right? I would just like to make it very clear. Tony gave this to me after playing the last one that I had and said, "Don't worry. This one has a lot more straightforward logic. Nothing to worry about. This one played much better." I'm just remembering that for a specific reason. Guess we'll find out if this is actually required or not. Or if I'm just dumb and forgot something important and obvious. Do I finish Turtle Rock? I really don't want to have to come back up here again. But I also really don't want to finish it. And it doesn't actually open up that much. No, it opens up Ice Palace. I can do Ice Palace now. But if I'm wrong, that means I have to go all the way back up here again. This is probably a terrible idea. Let's do it. It's always Turtle Rock. You knew, Tony. You knew. Unfortunately, if I was wrong about what I just did, I don't have flippers, I can't get to Ice Palace. Oh. Well, the Fire Rod also lets us beat this dungeon, which we don't need to do. That requires less time than walking back up to Death Mountain. It's me being dumb. We didn't have the Ice Rod, so I didn't think there was a good reason to sit there and focus on it. That's the main reason I didn't didn't go. Now, the other thing is, this is actually the pendant dungeon, or the green pendant dungeon, which means that Sahasrara will give us an item after beating this one also. So that's 3 items left, and we only have... There's only 1 left, because we don't have the big key or the map. You know, the worst part is, I had this moment where I was thinking, oh, you know, I haven't done the fake flippers trick in a long time. I wonder if I could still do that, because that would get us into Ice Palace, and then we don't have to do that. Wouldn't have to potentially go back through, and then I realized that I still have to do swamp. Then I realized I screwed up and got caught by a wall master. Then I found 20 bucks. I didn't actually find 20 bucks. There was just pain and suffering and turtle rock everywhere. We have an extra key. So this is going to be the big key, or the big key is in the big key chest, which is also possible. There we go. Big key. Green pendant. You know, the first half went so well, like it always does. And I just realized I don't have Book of Medora. I was gonna check the pendant and then, or the pedestal, the Master Sword pedestal, see what it was, but you need the book for that. Oh boy. I'm cross. And unfortunately, now I feel like I actually have to finish this. Because if I don't finish it, there's a decent chance that I'll have to come back a third time, and that is not acceptable. Second time isn't really not acceptable either. This is going to kill my time. But I had a really good first half of the run, so I'll probably still break 230 at this rate, unless I'm wrong here. Or there's some... I mean, honestly, at this point, even if we have to do a pedestal, we'll probably be okay. We're pretty much done. We pretty much had a full clear. hope it's in the Mimic Cave. That'd be neat. I'm really upset with myself about the Ice Palace thing and realizing not realizing I didn't have flippers. So I apologize if I'm quiet. I am concentrating. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Well, I'm glad something useful was there. I always like there being something neat in the Mimic Cave, just because it doesn't come up often at all. Now I'm just wondering how far I'm supposed to go. Like, again, at this point, turning around seems terrible. I can't beat the boss yet. I don't have the ice rod, so if I don't find the ice rod, I can't beat the boss. So I know I can quit at that point, but that's a ways off still. One, two, three, down. Hold right, hold down, hold left. that is actually the end of what I can do. So as I was saying when I started, we'll go do Misery Mire. So technically, from this point on, the only thing we actually need is the flippers. But we need them. Like, 100% need them. So for the time being, I'm gonna have to assume I'm gonna have to full clear this dungeon. Tricks are neat, unless you fail at them. Funny part is I usually get the shout out here anyway, because it's useful to kill things. Okay, I do need to start keeping a little bit of an eye on my health because I've been really reckless here for some reason. Perfect. Oh, I have a fairy. Meh. That works. No, that works. There we go. Let's do this. So, flippers mean we are now in go mode. That means that we do not need to stop for anything else. By that I mean we don't need to stop for treasure chests, mostly. That means that we didn't have to do the east side, or the west side of Misery Mire. That means we're not gonna have to do Swamp Palace in entirety. That means that we're not gonna have to do Ice Palace in entirety. We just have to find the big key in Ice Palace, and we have to find the big key in, yeah, we just have to find the big key in Ice Palace. That's literally the only thing we've got left besides boss fights. Don't care. Okay. Let's do... Let's do... Yeah, let's do Ice Palace first. We've got Gold Sword too. This is going to make it a lot easier. Gold Sword kills penguins in one hit. Just need to find the big key. So we're going to check every treasure chest we can until we find it. Once we get the big key, we're gold. I very rarely get to do go mode anymore, for some strange reason. So it's always fun when it actually happens. Extreme lag from skeletons. Ugh. That was a terrible execution of that room. At least I have a bazillion hearts. Hookshot lets you go through pretty much most enemies. Nope. Not in the first half. Technically wouldn't need the key if I could do the bomb jumps. I just remembered. Which is the reason you do those bomb jumps. Unfortunately, I am not that talented. Can't go back once you do the hook shot. I think we should be able to go from here. So I think that's the only key door. You've already got the staff. Skip that. One down. Not perfect, but much better than the last couple times I've done the cold stair fight. But good. Bad bonk. The rest was good. So the nice part with this dungeon is you literally don't have to do any searching for treasure. The boss in this is protected by the hookshot. They use the fact that you need the big key to get the... There's no boss door in the Swamp House. They use the big key to lock the chest that has the hookshot in it, and then they block the boss off with the hookshot. So... this is going to be much faster than the other ones. Because there are a lot of side rooms in this dungeon. And we don't have to do any of them. A lot of times I would stop and pick up a couple of these treasure chests along the way, just because they're on the way. But I literally already have gold sword, silver arrows, red mail, all the bottles, half magic. Like, I literally cannot think of what else I would want right now. Unless I'm forgetting some item that I desperately need. Like, I definitely don't care about getting more hearts or anything like that. Are you serious? That was terrible. Okay, so at this point, basically what we need to do is make sure we've got enough small keys and the big key to clear Ganon's tower. Ganon's tower is not a... like, there's a bunch of stuff in it, but we don't actually need to do much unless... the key is really deep. So chances are, with the luck that I tend to have, it will be really deep and it won't matter. So ideally we're going to get 2 small keys and the big key before we go in to, or before we head up to the top floor. Most efficient way to do that is going to be start on the right. Quick check on these 2 treasure chests. Small key. That was bad. Cape. Dumb. Hey, the Book of Medora. That's useful now. Got an early big keys in the last couple of Ganon Towers I've done. Now that I'm thinking about it. The most worthless room in the game. In the regular game, not in the randomizer. So many rupees. Is it wrong that I dread getting the ice rod at this point because it means that Turtle Rock is on the table? Almost. You can technically bounce off that wall and go over the portal. But you have to get the angle just right or you step on it. Skip the maze. Wish I had the magic powder. Okay, not on the left side. There are way more chests on the left side than the right side, so that's why we do it first. And that was me playing terribly. Sorry I'm being so hard on myself, I'm just feeling like I screwed up multiple times here. I'm still gonna get a decent time overall, I'm pretty sure. But I have to start this entire section over, and it's pretty much the worst section in the game, so I hate that guy. Might as well. Just make sure we get all the small keys we can to minimize how much time we have to spend in the rest of the tower. Okay. For some reason I was thinking I still had another potion left, and it looks like I don't. So I will need to be slightly more careful. He said as he ran into yet another beam. I normally don't do this, but I am not wanting to go through any portion of this dungeon a second time. That was terrible. Then he does a short one. And then I just get a poke. Figures. Almost. The 2 small keys are to bypass those last 2 rooms that I just walked through. Last chest for posterity. I have no idea what just happened there. Okay, let's hope this Aghanim fight goes well. I'm a little nervous about my magic, but we'll make do. Three. Six. So far out of the way at this point. I wish I'd picked up that magic pot. Okay, we're just gonna do a quick run. Come on, I just want even a little magic. There we go. If that little pot of magic is the difference between me beating Ganon in one shot or having to start over again and go find a potion for full magic, that was worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just to be safe. We've got 2 fairies. So I'm just gonna if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, come on. Stop. I hit him. Ugh. There we go. Okay, so probably right around 2:30. Meow, meow, meow. Oh my god. And I'm gonna let the credits roll for a minute, and I'll rejoin you when it gets to the important stuff. Okay. That was the neat part of the credits. We're gonna zoom through the second part to get to the important stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I probably could have shaved 10 minutes at least off my time if I had kept going through Turtle Rock instead of jumping back out. Because Bombos, not realizing that I didn't have flippers still, and Bombos was a huge mistake. and I am really hoping that... Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a really good run outside of that. Like, that one big mistake just really hosed me. Okay, important stuff. Got Pegasus boots early, got our sword early, got our flute early, got our mirror early. Got tempered sword relatively early. Had gold sword for most of the boss fights. Should have had a really, really good run. Way more bonks than I should have had. That's a lot. 40. Big key was 19 out of 22. I only had 3 chests I didn't do. Menu time's low. Lag time's not good. How did my time end up that low? I thought I would be at least at 2:30. Okay. I'm guessing I must have had more time in my first video that was on the menu screen, at like the save quit screen, the front screen, than I thought, because I was pretty sure I was going to be at like 2:30, 2:40. Yeah, that was an okay run that I made a couple mistakes on. If I hadn't made that mistake, I apparently could have probably gotten under 2 hours, which is like generally my overall dream goal. We got pretty much... That's probably the closest to a full clear of the game that I've gotten in one of these randomizer runs. Like, we did not miss many items. And more importantly, we didn't miss many important items. Like, we were missing 4 pieces of heart, I think. No. Yeah, 4 pieces of heart. The mushroom. Ether. And we didn't get the 2 pendants. So, yeah. Hopefully you still enjoyed this. Sorry about my grumbling. My apparently really good time despite my grumbling. I'm really kicking myself for not doing for having to do Turtle Rock twice. And I didn't even have to double back that much. It's mostly just going back up Death Mountain. Outside of that, Ganon's Tower took longer than, or, you know, was a late chest, and I don't think I even had that many bad, like, boss fights or bad run-ins with other stuff. I had a couple, like I said, a bunch of bonks. That probably could have shaved a minute off by itself, but all things considered, that was a pretty solid run. So I will still shake my fist at Tony for telling me how awesome the logic was when it has a pendant dungeon Turtle Rock that requires you to go pretty much all the way through it. But I still had fun in the end, and like the Misery Mire through basically the last 3 dungeons, the go mode part, I wasn't being quiet and grumbly out of frustration. That was concentration. That was me being in the zone, and I love that feeling. Like, that is genuinely one of my favorite things. Like, that lead into the cold stare fight and stuff, and the actual cold stare fight, that was probably... I really enjoyed that section, especially. Like, getting to actually just zone in and just go. I actually really liked, on some of the older logic engines, it was a little bit more randomized, so there was a slightly better chance of you just finding everything really early on. It also had stuff like the swords being findable out of order, so you could just find the last sword in the first dungeon right away, or the mirror shield right away. I remember getting to do like 6 dungeons at one point like that, and it was some of my favorite time playing this game. So that is what I like to strive for. That is my favorite part of this, and I'm a little disappointed that the time wasn't lower, even though it was a really good time, just because of how well it could have been. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed still. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.